So you have to accept it. So that's what we did for the past couple of years. But now it's getting to the point where I thought there was going to be, we were promised redevelopment was going to break, what, 10 years ago or whatever? It was going to break, and they didn't want them in there. They were going to make a road. They were going to make a road down on Center Street, right through the property.
Yep.
Okay?
I'm
Nothing
fine with
ever
that.
happened.
Yep, I understand completely that.
Yeah.
Where is the
They don't-
redevelopment that was supposed to start 10 years ago? Do you have something in place? Is there something in writing? Is there documentation about it? If there's not,
Yeah,
it's a dead issue.
Stuff in writing.
It's a dead issue.
Yes, there is stuff in writing.
Okay, in writing to do what?
To build houses back.
To build
on
houses,
land.
and who is going to do that?
Ferrucci.
Okay, then why isn't it not going forward? I don't have any, I'm not involved in those issues.
Yeah.
Why is it not going forward? If it's going forward, then there should be, then there's other discussion about this that's not going on now.
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. Gentlemen, I would just say that because it's not a debate, if after the meeting you wish to speak, I would go ahead and do that then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next.
John Guptill at 132 Chambers Street. A couple meetings ago, I came up and asked about the sign directly across from the Free Bridge. Is there an answer for that? I was told at that meeting that it was something the mayor had to deal with, or the Teddy's Diner banner.
Right, I believe someone said they were going to speak with the mayor, and I think that's Mr. Guerrero's building. Mayor, is there something, the signage ordinance permits that, correct?
I do believe it does permit it. We have a meeting coming up with the Phillipsburg Historic Commission, and they are reviewing those signs. You'd be welcome to attend those meetings, and they will be on my Facebook page.
Because I just think it looks tacky.
I agree.
It does.
It looks terrible.
And the second thing is, can we do something about all the TVs laying all over town?
Watch them? Nah, I'm just kidding.
I know people are supposed to be, I believe it is on a Wednesday, bring it down to the armory, but obviously they can't get them there, or they don't know about it. There's TVs in between Lewis and Chambers Street in the alley for almost 2 years.
Really?
And I believe there's one on the corner right up from Old Freeman School in Borough Hall now, towards Hudson Street, against garbage bin that's been there for 1.5 years.
Have you called the municipal building to report them?
That house on Chambers, on Lewis Street, has been reported numerous times.
Do you know who they reported to?
No, I don't.
I would encourage
But
everyone.
not only is there TVs there's a big pile of garbage there.
Okay. Mayor, I divert to you. Who would they encourage to speak? Normally I would say extension 303, but I'm not sure if that's where they want every complaint to go.
It would be Patty Hucksta who would notify DEP or myself to make a pickup. But I want to share something about these televisions.
Do you have the extension real quick, Mayor? 314. Thank you, Vicki.
The televisions, we've been looking at this for 2 years now. There is no doubt in my mind that there are people that are collecting these televisions. They take out precious metals and then they dump them in various spots along an alley. They're strategically placed so far apart. The quicker, as fast as we pick them up, as fast as they throw them out. And so we petitioned the police department, and they had installed cameras in Cedar Alley and in Spruce Alley to try to we have to catch them. And it's a business. There's no doubt it's a business. We almost had one gentleman nailed down and he got arrested. We didn't get it. But that's what they're doing. They're actually picking up these junk televisions, they're taking out precious metals and then dumping them back in the alleys. And it's a huge problem, just as big as couches and mattresses are. I believe that's also a business. I believe there's out-of-towners coming and dumping mattresses and couches in our town, junk cleaners. So hopefully we'll catch them, but in the meantime, of course, we can't leave them laying in the alleys, and I'll talk to the DPW supervisor tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you know exactly?
It's on Lewis, in the alley between Lewis and Chambers, between Hudson Street and Summit Street.
Okay.
With that section of that alley's probably got about 4 or 5 TVs in it.
Lewis and Chambers. Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else?
Round 3. Liz Paulus, 26A Glen Avenue. Yes, the appearance of the town really needs work. As Mr. Bullock has said, I think we need to keep what businesses we do have here and deal with that on an individual basis. As far as the noise, maybe the ordinance needs to be reviewed. I just recently reported dumpsters that have been on some of the side streets for months. Some of the dumpsters have been filled to the top for several months and they haven't moved. There's been no work being done in the properties. I found out that Patty is the person to contact. One of the dumpsters never had a permit. She reported back to me today that the owner said it would be moved either today or tomorrow. So what's the consequence for somebody having a dumpster there that never had a permit? She never got back to me when I asked that question. The other dumpster, oh, that permit expired 2 weeks ago. The owner would come in today or tomorrow to renew that permit. The other dumpster on Glen, now those were the dumpsters on Schultz Avenue. Because one of the reasons why I inquired about it is, that's a newly paved street, and these dumpsters have been there for months. So what kind of damage is being done to that new pavement? As well as, one of the reasons why I reported it was because the front door of the one property has been wide open for the last 2 days that I'm aware of. I found out that Chief Hay was informed of that last night because the smoke detector was going off. The door's still open. So what if a child went into that property? With the weather that's expected in the next day or two, somebody that's homeless could possibly go in there, start the house on fire. And the houses are very close in that neighborhood. We're gonna have some major issues. And now, the thing is, town officials are aware of this, and nothing's been done. What's it gonna take for somebody to get killed? For quicker action to be taken? The other dumpster that I called about or emailed about was on Glen Avenue. Patty said that, she was told that it's in the side yard. Well, the side yard is actually partially the driveway and the sidewalk. That also has been filled for several months, and there's nothing being done about it. So I think these are the things that should be easy to be addressed to help clean up the appearance of the town. Vicki, congratulations. I think, it's well deserved that you're getting reappointed. And I want to point out that in me opening some of these documents, I'm discovering some of the things that's been happening that the majority of the public is not aware of. And what I see, Vicki is working in a very hostile environment. Some of the emails that I received through my Oprah request, the mayor has created this environment, not only with the work environment, with the governing body, as well as the public, which people that have been attending the meetings have witnessed. Social media has been a big factor in creating this hostile environment. This is one of the reasons why I fully support an ethics board or a committee be formed here, because these are the things that need to be addressed. Do you really think the state is going to be bothered with some of this stuff? They're not going to take this into consideration in a timely manner that really it needs to be done, because we have been experiencing this. Like I said, I've been attending the meetings for almost a year. It has to be taken care of as soon as possible. And again, Councilman Davis, really, I think it's inappropriate for you to make the statement that you made in reference to the clerk. You have no idea the circumstances that she's working under, and I truly believe she deserves a public apology from you.
I agree with that. Could you, Davis, give her an apology? No.
Emil Brisson, 94 Bowman Street in Phillipsburg.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce.
Just want to go back to the discussion about the approval of the town clerk position. I have to disagree with some of the things that have been said. I think that Councilman Davis was professional in expressing his thoughts. He talked about the things that were concerning him. He certainly has a right as a citizen, as well as a council member, to express his opinions about that. Council President, I thought that your comments were unprofessional, and I think they were unnecessary. I think you knew you had the 3 votes that you needed to get her approved, at least 3 votes. And I think that there was just an attack on Councilman Davis that was unnecessary and I think embarrassing. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Joan Pierce, 119 Lower Street. I'm appalled. I am really appalled. I have a couple of issues. My father always told me, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. If you can't say anything nice and productive because you haven't been in that person's shoes, then don't say a damn thing. That's number 1. Number 2, I've been born and raised in this town all my life. It was brought to my attention that the end of Washington Street has gates. Is there a reason why? I think it's Fairview Heights that has gates. Do we plow that? Do we take the garbage? It has gates. It has gates, black gates.
Council President,
That's Fairview Road, right?
Oh, yeah.
private property.
Do we pick up the garbage?
We do.
Do we plow that section?
We don't.
If it's private, then why are we picking up the garbage?
I'd have to look into that. That's before me, but I will ask the question.
Because I look at it this way, no disrespect, Mayor, that if we're maintaining it, we're picking up the garbage, take the gates down.
We don't maintain it, but I do know they pick up the garbage. I will endeavor to find out how that happened.
And why is there gates there? Are they above the means of?
Private property.
No, they're black gated.
Are there multiple owners on that road?
Yes.
So,
Is it a gated, so is it an association?
I'm not sure. I just,
Can you please speak into the mic, please? Can't hear.
Mr. Morissette lives there.
oh, okay. Then maybe you can answer my question.
The one thing we can't do is engage with other audience members,
Okay.
but if Mr. Morissette wishes to come up and state his case, he's more than welcome to do his public petition. Are you finished?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Morissette, just state your name and address for the record, please.
Sure. David Morissette, 5 Fairview Heights, Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The private drive is a deeded property to the 3 residents that live on that drive. And we're responsible for clearing the snow. And technically, for example, every Tuesday I take my garbage outside the gate and it's picked up by the truck drivers. Okay? Occasionally, when the garbage has been not taken up, the trucks do back down, and that's, I take mine out every day, or every Tuesday,
So the town picks it up, correct?
outside of the gates.
Either way.
Either way, the town still picks it up, correct?
Again, we're not going to debate back and forth.
Correct.
They pay taxes.
The town has always picked up the garbage when it is on the private road, or I'm sorry, on the public road outside of the gate. That's normal practice. And it's been that way since the 1920s. I'm not sure what the gates are there. The gates have been there since approximately the 1920s. Now, it is true that we have new gates because the stonework that was there, and it was an 8-foot span between the 2 stone gates. The stonework came apart, so when the gate was replaced, it was replaced with a 12-foot gate. It is an iron gate, and the gates are on private property.
So my next question is, if there's a fire, who's
Can
gonna
you-
put your house on fire? Sorry.
No, that's okay. I would only ask that if you're going to discuss anything with Mr. Morissette, that you would do so in
Well, I'm
private.
bringing it before council because I look at it this way. If there's a fire there, are our firemen gonna be able to get in there and save their lives?
I would imagine, because his public safety is at risk.
But if they're closed and locked,
The gates are not locked. The gates can be open for public access. Not for the public to access, but if a fireman needs to come in, or the police need to go through, or a town official has to drive through for some reason, the post office, they can drive through.
that's still not getting why they're there.
They're there to stop people from cutting through because it's private property.
Thank you, Mr. Morissette. Thank you. State your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Rachel Kleiner. I live at 318 Ohio Avenue, and Vicki is my mom. I recently moved home after being abroad for 7 years, and I've seen the sacrifices that she's had to make for her job, and that includes me not spending more than 5 minutes with her in the 2 weeks that I've been home. And in light of the recent discussions, and I'm sorry, I don't agree with whoever said that, but I don't believe that it's professional or professional to call people dumb or stupid or however it was phrased. So I personally don't appreciate that, but I can go into that when I'm a little bit calmer. And I would really hope, Councilman Davis, we went to school together, we grew up together, and we learned the same keyword morals, and I think we're pretty good people. And I would really hope that you would be man enough and adult enough to give her an apology, because I believe that's certainly in order. And that's all I have.
Anyone else? Okay, there being none, we will move forward to council open time, and I will start with Councilman Lutz.
The only thing I have is, since we passed the parking lot, I think we need an ordinance for the meters on South Main Street too,
I agree.
at the same time. So we can bring that up for discussion at work session?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Council, did you hear that? We'd like to get a,
Yes, we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yes, I have that on my to-do list. That's okay.
And talking to Bill, Bill said that according to Dale, the meters do work from the Black Bridge down to Union Square, right, Bill? So, but I like the whole South Main Street where there's meters.
Market Street, parking lot.
excellent. Okay, Council Vice President DeGiorgio.
Just actually one reminder. I will leave the information here again if anyone is interested in the Phillipsburg Rotary Club event. It is their 11th annual Corks and Porks of the Valley, Monday, April 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Lynn's. The information is up here, as well as ticket information. And secondly, somebody sent me something just this week, so I'm going to share it because I found it amusing, because it was from the Free Press and it happens to be from the year I was born. This is what was happening that summer, so it's a little bit of nostalgia, but I think it's a positive. It's under the recreation heading, and it was swimming. The Walters Park Municipal Pool was open daily from noon to 8:30 p.m. Admission for children under 18 was 75 cents. Adults were $1, and family pass was $25. Adult swims were held every Wednesday from 8 to 11 p.m. We used to stay out later back then. And you could do that for $1 a night. Playground activities. July, Boys and Girls Softball Leagues began. There was a local pit, hitch, throw contest, Walters Park. 14th, Wild Animal Farm trip for $2 for all local Phillipsburg youth. Thursday, July 15th, Junior Olympics were held at Walters Park. The trend I noticed was we used to have a lot of events for the community at Walters Park, and I don't think we do enough of that anymore. So as I looked at this and laughed at the pool fees, it's something I hope, as we see more and more events coming, we can consider utilizing the resources we do have to maybe bring some of these fun events back. We just don't seem to have enough of them during the week, especially in the summer when we should be enjoying the outdoors. That's all.
If you put an Xbox at Walters Park, my kid.
That way we need Wi-Fi.
This is true. Councilman Davis.
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Councilman McVeigh.
Last week, I met with the mayor and Chief Stetner at City Hall, and we had a very good discussion regarding safety for here and Freeman School. The mayor was kind enough to allow me to lend an expertise in security. This is off of Mr. Kleiner's open petition before regarding the safety and what's going on at the school. So we moved forward with that. That's something that was, I thought, very productive. There are things in the works, we're just going to, for security reasons, I'm not going to really mention it right now, but for confidently speaking, we are moving forward with that, and not only those two places, but all of our public places will properly be assessed and safety for the public and more importantly, your safety. With that being said, I did speak with Chief Stetner, who has agreed to the first of the month will be coming, or a representative from his office will be giving a report along with the mayor and the administrative report. So we do look forward to that. I know that's something that we all wanted. Stay in the lines with the mayor. We heard a lot tonight. I know Council Vice President mentioned when we went to our training, and in addition to the mayor even echoed where you went to, and picked up a lot of things off of when we kind of go outside and we get together with other elected officials or get to take in things, you learn a lot. What I would encourage, Mayor, what I would encourage you to do, you being the sole head and heading this in the future, is having a quality of community summit. And I believe that you should share that with people from your office, your department heads, this council, members from our boards, Board of Education, planning boards, historical societies, people to get together for a quality of community summit. And for 1 or 2 days with a clear itinerary, really get to the bottom of things, and not so much a rah-rah speech. We heard a lot tonight about the televisions. We heard a lot tonight about, I know Council President had dealt with mattresses and the bins are coming back again. And as you said, this is something that people are coming in drops. So we gotta stop that. Just something to put on. I believe that if that's something you would head, it would be welcomed by all of the elected officials, in addition to appointed board members, to take ownership. It also puts us on us to take ownership, but it should come from the top and trickle down, and we can get that out to our members of the community. Lastly, with the community, let's try to really support our local businesses. I, for one, enjoy taking a ride to Hunterdon County and different parts of Warren County, over Northampton County, and doing different things over there. But if I want a haircut, if I want a cheesesteak, if it's something that I'm going to really visit local first, especially our mom and pop places that are struggling to make sure that they're meeting their needs and their business plans. Let's try to support. Just think about it. If you're going to get in a car and you're going to travel outside of Phillipsburg, promise me one thing. Just take a second. Remember what I said, and see if there's somebody in town that can do that for you. If it's a meal, if it's a service, if it's just purchasing something. Just think about it. I know we all hit the Amazon, and I think I said go outside here first, but let's also include our folks. Let's not leave our fence. Let's fence in our business, I like to call it, and visit them first. And that's all I have. And please be safe the next couple of days.
Thank you. Well, folks, I will apologize to the crowd for losing my temper this evening. Second time I've done this, but I am very, very passionate about how I feel. Very passionate about this town. That's why I ran. And again, doing everything that I was elected to do. Everything. Councilman Davis, I owe you an apology. I was proud. If my father was here in the audience, he probably would not be proud of me. So I apologize.
I accept your apology, and I apologize back.
Good job, Jeffrey.
These are It's not easy being up here. It's not easy being under stress. But we did it, right? So we're up here for a reason. Sad part about it is even though I apologize, there are things that I can't take back, and I will have to live with that for the rest of my life. And it'll be something that councilman, again, will never happen again, but you know, I can't say sorry enough. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just disappointed in myself. But disappointed in the way things are going right now in town, and we have to turn it around. And the only way that happens is with all 5 of us up here, including the mayor, which makes 6. Which means we all have to get on the same page and stop thinking about Democrat and Republican and everything else. Because these people out here that attend these meetings, the people that watch them on YouTube, the people that we go and meet every weekend, and everyone that calls me every day, they're the ones that matter. Councilman, do you remember when you first took office and we met at Dunkin' Donuts?
I sure do.
You remember it was during the attorney issue, and we visited a home on Bowman Street that just burnt down to the ground, right?
I do remember that.
And the one thing that I said to you, I don't know if you remember, was the people out here don't care about who the next town attorney is. Right now, they're trying to find their next place to live, where they're going to lay their head down at night. There are issues that we will debate back and forth, and there are issues that I can guarantee you that people do not care about. But what they do care about is their quality of life. And that is paramount and should come first and foremost above all. So I'm giving you my personal promise right now that politics will never take a front seat over this town, nor will I ever lose my temper with you like that again.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, and I don't need the applause. I was wrong. Vicky, I did speak with Mayor Wine and his first lady. Before, believe it or not, he FaceTimed me. I didn't even know that he knew how to use that. But he is on vacation right now in the warm weather. In, I want to say, did he say Jamaica or Boca Raton? I don't know, but he's happy. Yeah, they went on a cruise. But he wanted to relay his congratulations to you. And, you know, I'm thankful that he called. I think he did try and call you. I don't know, you may have been busy, you run around, but I do want to congratulate you tonight, congratulate Lori, and folks, be safe out there. Tomorrow's going to be bad. Think of our DPW workers, they're going to be out all night. Yeah, I know, we need to continue with motions, so that's all I have. The approval for raffle license number RL1268 issued to Rotary Club for an off-premise raffle on April 30th, 2018 at Flynn's on the Hill.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call vote, Vicky.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo? Yes. Council President Phillipsburg?
Yes. Approval for fees to be waived for the special event application for Norwestcat for an event on May 3rd, 2018, the 18th annual Frolic in the Park at Walters Park.
So moved.
Second?
I have a discussion.
Yes.
So do we traditionally waive for all nonprofits, use of electric, garbage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
All nonprofit? Okay.
Sounds like she does something she better answer that.
I don't know if that's 100% correct.
Why I'm asking?
Yeah, no, it's
Just
on a
wanted to be
case-by-case
clear.
basis. I think we evaluate the merits of the individual application.
Yeah, typically it's charitable.
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
Roll call vote, Vicky.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Phillipsburg?
Yes. There's no school tomorrow. No, I know, I just got the text. So, move for adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Enjoy your evening.